Hello everyone. So in this today talk, I will be talking about why Scandinavia is happy. Since I am currently living in Norway last 3 years, and after living here in Norway, when I come from a meritocratic society like India, and I have seen USA. I have lived in Singapore for 15 years, and I have been to China and many part in Asia. So after living here in Scandinavia, and people say that Scandinavia is a happy country, happiest country in the world, the Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, all these places are really happy. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Scandinavia is happy and especially Norway is happy. So there is a philosophy. So every country has a philosophy on which that country culturally follow. So there was a philosopher called Yante. He wrote a book in 1913, and that is known as Yante's Law. Or he wrote the book as a satire, means sarcasm to the Scandinavian society. And when he wrote the book, he has seen what is there in the society, and he wrote what people are following and to sarcasm to it. But then currently, Scandinavia is following the one which was a satire to the society as a cultural ethos integrated in their society, and they teach this Yantes law, inculcate the Yantes law in the among the student in the school. So they inculcate all these 10 laws of Yante in the schools right from the beginning, and that's make Scandinavia happy. Okay, so let's see. Uh, first law. First law says, don't think you are anything special. If you go to India or Asia or any meritocratic society or USA, there your parents will say, your school teacher will say, and everywhere you will go and they will say, you are special, you try to do better, you can do this, they encourage you to be special, you have a special ability. But in Scandinavia and in Norway, they say that you are not special. So they, from the school, they force or they inculcate in the brain of the child that they are not special. So they should not be doing anything special. They should not be behaving special. They should not be asking special, and they should not be showing their any speciality. So they say to the inculcate that behave like everyone. Don't try, if someone is good in anything like arts and craft and sports and education or in, so a student who has a high IQ, they can perform better. And if you go about the high IQ, there are only 10% of the society who has, in any society, will have higher IQ than the average. In Scandinavia, they say that we don't want best. And I have heard it multiple times. I am an educator in the university, and I have heard it multiple times that they say that we don't need best, we need good, and good means average. Average or good means uh, someone who is getting the grade from 45% to 70%. So that is the average percentage marks, and that grade they call it a C grade. So they say we want C only, we don't want B and A. So rule one. So if you do it, then there is no frustration among the student, parents, or anyone, because they don't have to do anything special. No competition. Second law says, don't think you are as good as us. That means if anyone know that they are good in anything, music, arts, sports, education, science, medicine, or anything, or any special talent they have, then it is inculcated in the school that don't say that you are good. And they also say that you are not good like us because we are the happiest country, right? So, rule one, we are the happiest country. So, don't say, think you are as good as us. And that also in the society, people don't try to, if you do anything good, even you get Olympic medal, you are not going supposed to go and say it. Third rule says you are not to think you are smarter than we are. That means in the school, no child should go and tell to its peers, to his or peers, that they are smart. And also, everyone show that that we are not smart or than you. So, and that's uh, avoid the argument, that's avoid debate. So you don't go and debate. If someone say, okay, if you know you are right, you are not going to comment on it and show your smartness. So if you don't show it, then there won't be any argument, there won't be any frustration, there won't be any fight or any kind of thing. So rule number 3, that you should not say that you are smart than we are. Rule 4, you are not to imagine yourself better than we are. That means in the brain also, no child should think that they are better than everyone else or anyone else. And in fact, the Scandinavians believe that, hey, non-Scandinavian, don't think you are better, imagine that you are better than us. And if you do it, that means there is no comparison, nothing is there. So that brings the happiness. Means there is nothing to achieve, so nothing to lose, nothing to fight for, nothing to compete. Okay. Rule 5, you are not to think you know more than we do. That means they inculcate in any child to, to think that they don't know more than anyone else. It's very opposite to a meritocratic society where people try to inculcate that, try to gain more knowledge, try to do better, try to. So anything in betterment, people believe, whether it is arts and sports and craft, education, science, technology, engineering, anything. Here they say that don't think you know more than we do. That means even if you know it, you have to believe that everyone knows same as you. Uh, so the as a result, what happened? The student don't ask question in the class. They think that everyone knows it, and even if they have a confusion, they don't. They're not supposed to ask it. And as a society, they believe that they know everything. Rule 6: you are not to think you are more important than we are. That means you should not think that you are important than anyone else. That means in school or in society, no one should ask for a special treatment or they ask for a special attention. So in the school also, the kids try not to get, even if not every child will be the same. That is a rule of the nature. Not everyone will be the same. Some student, even if they have any problem or question or any need, they are not going to go and ask that we need this, because they have been inculcated that don't think you are important than we are. If someone has any problem, they are not going to go and ask and or any debate or protest. Though the Norway has completely free press, in the freedom index, the Norway press is completely open. But since this Yante's philosophy is in the society, in the culture, act, it is a nature of the Scandinavia. Not to debate or criticize about it, every country has its philosophy. I'm just talking here why Scandinavia is happy, not because they have more money. It's because the kind of philosophy or culture they follow that makes general population happy. Now, rule 7. You are not to think you are good at anything. That means no child should think that they are good in anything. So people just try to do nothing good. They just be average. They are bare minimum task they will do. If something is not mandatory, there is something I understood that the word mandatory is important. Earlier, mandatory is means like mandatory means nothing like here. There is a difference between a mandatory. If I am teaching and I taking a lecture or anything, and if I'm giving the assignment or any homework, if I don't say it is a mandatory, it will be evaluated. General students are not going to do anything about it. If it is mentioned that it is mandatory, without doing it, you are not going to be allowed to sit for the exam. They are there won't be anyone who is going to mostly do that assignment or anything. So that is in the society, they make people or kids believe that they are not good at anything. And people, if they believe that they are not good at anything, so depressions, the suicide rate is high. Even the Norway is a happy country, the suicide rate is high. Why it is high? You ask me, such a rich country, there is hardly any income disparity. In fact, a normal a taxi driver, if he works for 8 hours for 5 days, he can earn more than a university professor legally and officially. That is how the salary, and if he works more, he can get much more than a university professor or a doctor or engineer or a lawyer, anyone. So they inculcate averageness, they inculcate bare minimum, they inculcate they openly say they don't want best, they want average. So when I got the job here, after coming here, I started thinking, did they took me because I was average? I used to believe I am good, I am better, I am best. Uh, but anyway, since I have been grown up in a meritocratic society, this 10 laws of Yante is not going to do anything at this age. So let's move on. Rule 8. You are not to laugh at us. That means if even if you know that the things are not as per the laws of nature, the laws of nature says the survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest is the utmost important and on which the whole evolution exists. Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest is the rule of the law or rule of the nature. But the Scandinavia don't follow that. Survival of the fittest is not believed or practiced. But even if you know that things are not right, or you are not to laugh at us, students don't laugh at each other, even if someone. So practically a society where people are behaving uh, average, not to care, in peace and calm. Let's move on to rule 9. You are not to think anyone cares about you. So that means if you start believing that no one cares about you, you are not going to have any complaint. If you think, you start inculcating a child that okay, no one cares about you, don't think that anyone cares about you. That means you have to take everything in your hand. Whatever you need, you have to do yourself. And if not, don't go and that, oh, government is not doing this for me, is not doing that for me, the society is not doing this for me, school is not doing this for me, teacher is not listening to, I did not understood that they are not taking care of me. So the whole point of dissatisfaction goes away. In this way also, there are 10 ways of removing unhappiness, unhappiness unhappiness from the human's mind. That is a Yante's law. The last rule: you are not to think you can teach us anything. Even if you go and say that this is uh, doesn't go as per the law of nature, but Scandinavia believe that they know everything. and so you should not go and teach us anything. Uh, Even if someone don't know anything or has wrong misconception, does not know, people are not going to tell or correct their mistake or any thought process. So now you know. Now I'm not joking. Uh, as per the meritocratic society, how different is a Scandinavian society? The rules, the youngest rules are treated to make people behave in order to fit in. That means everyone will start following the Yante's law and they will behave as per the Yante's law. And so they will fit in. And what will be the result of it? They dress similarly, almost everyone wearing almost similar type of clothes. The income difference is less. The type of shops are there almost of same type. There is no premium shop and not a premium shop. If someone is buying H&M, everyone else can buy H&M. If someone can own a car, everyone else in whole Scandinavia can own a car. If someone has a house, everyone else can own a house. So they buy similar type of cars, they buy similar type of product at their home because they don't want to behave differently than the neighbor. So if a neighbor is buying very bare minimum thing, they will also try to buy the bare minimum thing, not to, even if they want it, if they are painting white color, they will paint white color. And the houses you will see, they are not gaudy, they're all white and gray and white and gray, mostly somewhere red. It is inculcated not to outperform your peer or friends. That means the society does not inculcate competition. So you are not going to compete with anyone. So no frustration, no envy, no jealousy, nothing is there. So that people will be happy. Not to compete is inculcated. Exam word is scary for students. So don't use the word exam. So if I use the word exam, that this will be the part of the final exam, student will start running away from my course. If I say that this will be the part of the exam, so you should know that there will be exam and you should not tell what part of the course will be in the exam or not, but they would like to know what will be in the exam, what will be in the not. But somehow I'm adjusting anyway. There is no percentage, no GPA, nothing. Even if you get a bachelor degree, a master degree, they get the grade in the course like A, B, C, D. But at the end, you just get a degree like bachelor of this, master of this. There is no percentage, no GPA, nothing will be there. That means there are grade A, B, C, D, E. So 5 grades you can get to pass. As per the general standard, if A is 100% and B is 80, if C is 60, D is 40, E is 20, then by getting just E in all courses, you still can get a degree and you will be counted as same as everyone else. There is no grading. Even in the evaluation, you cannot say that, oh, this guy has got A grade all the way, so he is good, so let's take him. That cannot be the criteria. Grading comparison. There is no competitive exam of any kind in whole Norway. So I am not joking. I will tell you. One of the Norwegian politician, Kim Orlin Kantalsve, you can go to the link given below. He openly says, and he's an educational advisor also, claims that law of Yante is taught in the schools as more of a social code to encourage group behavior, and he wants to credit it for fueling Nordic countries' high happiness score. I'm not joking. Is their politician and educational advisor claim that by inculcating Yante's law in the school as a social code and to encourage the behavior as per Yante's law, that is the reason, one of the reason the Nordic countries are happy. Now, as per Dalai Lama, happiness is not something ready-made. You cannot have a ready-made happiness template. Okay, this 10 template, happy. It comes from your own action. In another day, I will tell you, may cover what are the hormones which is responsible for happiness and how Yante's law or anything else fit in. India is not so happy as per the happiness index designed by the Europeans, or you can call it a World Council or WHO or World Bank. India ranks at 118, and I don't know that I will be more happier in Scandinavia than in India. Some things are good in Scandinavia. The social security safety is there, but I dislike the non-meritocratic nature of Scandinavia. Their behavior of not to be best, their behavior of being average. So, in the name of being average, I end my today's video. Thank you.